I'm just letting you know. We're moving in with my mom and sister. You'd better get ready too. Don't argue with me.
Huh? Wait a minute, I was wondering why you were calling me from work. Living together? At your parents' house? What do you mean?
I said don't argue with me. Don't come at me.
But you're coming at me, aren't you? I've been saying since last year that I don't want to live with them. And in the first place, why are you calling me from work for such an important conversation?
I know you say no if it was in person. I knew you would make a fuss talking about it, so I decided to tell you by text.
I can't. I'm never going to live with them. Your divorced sister is living there now, isn't she? The situation has gotten worse since last year. I definitely don't want to live with them.
Huh? If you would just shut up and listen, are you really my wife?
What?
My mom is divorced. My sister is divorced. There are no men in the house. What are they supposed to do if me, being the eldest son, doesn't go to help them out? A woman who can't even care about that is my wife? It's laughable. How can you complain so much when you're incapable of thinking about family matters?
For me, my family is you and I. I can't take care of my in-laws. Besides, we originally got married on the agreement that we wouldn't live with them. You moved into the apartment I was living in.
I didn't really want to. The apartment we're living in now is not my cup of tea.
Huh?
I didn't really want to live there in the first place. It was a process of elimination.
What do you mean?
The place I was living in was too small for the both of us. I had a nagging father at home, and I didn't want to go back there. Looking for a new place would have been a waste of time and money. So we had no choice but to live in your one-bedroom apartment. In other words, I had no choice about where to live after marriage.
That was the reason? You begged me at first. You said you wanted to live together in the space I lived in. You said if we lived in my place, we wouldn't have to live with them, even if we got married. I believed you and decided to live together with you in my place. Did you deceive me?
Did I say that? Well, I'm a smooth talker. I can say stuff I don't even mean. It's your fault for not being able to tell a lie from the truth.
What kind of person are you?
Anyway, my mom divorced my nagging dad. My dad, who I hated since I was a kid, is gone. There's no reason for me not to go home now. Besides, my mom and sis need me.
And to suddenly move in with them without consulting me, it's really a problem.
So, do you want to get a divorce?
What?
You can't do that, can't you? You can't live without me, can't you? If you don't want to live with them, I can give you the divorce papers. I can take them to the city office today if you like.
Divorce papers? You mean?
Yes, the ones we both signed when we got married.
That was like an insurance policy in case of an emergency, right? We filled out the divorce papers beforehand, so that if one of us couldn't continue the marriage, we could file at any time. Don't tell me you made me write them to use to threaten me from the beginning? So even that was deceiving me with smooth talk?
I don't care how you interpret it. We have divorce papers that we can serve anytime we want. That's all.
What a cowardly thing to do.
You see your situation now, don't you? You can't argue with me. If we get divorced, who will lose out?
What do you mean?
Don't forget that you're living on my money, okay? How are you going to live on your own? You don't even have a job. No man would pick a divorced, incompetent woman. If I leave you, you're going to have a miserable life. If you still want that, just get a divorce. It's easy.
Please, just give me a minute. Give me some time to think about it.
Shut up. I'll do the moving in my own time, so don't mess it up. A wife shouldn't rebel against her husband's opinion, especially an incompetent wife like you who does nothing but complain.
Don't be so pushy. Stop saying all this crazy stuff.
Start packing today so you can move out at any time.
No, I'm never living with them.
Oh, by the way, tomorrow is the 1-year memorial anniversary at your parents' house, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I can't make it. I've got some important work I have to do.
What? I told you to keep that day open. What's this urgent business? Is it work related?
Huh? Why do I have to tell you that? Are you trying to rebel again, huh? Who do you think you owe your livelihood to? If my job disappears, you won't be able to make a living either.
I understand. I have no choice. I'll go alone tomorrow.
You should understand. I'm finally done.
What?
The move.
What? Moving?
Yes, we're moving to my parents' house. We used a contractor, but my mom and sister came to help. It only took 5 hours.
Did you move my stuff out too?
Of course I did. We're living with my mom and sister from tomorrow. If you don't like it, we can divorce.
I just finished the divorce proceedings.
What?
So we're already divorced. I filed the divorce papers.
You said today was your parents' memorial service. That's why I chose this day to move in.
Well, it's too bad about the memorial service, but I told them about the situation and I didn't attend. So I went to the city office and filed the divorce papers in the morning. They say the sooner the better. I filed first thing in the morning.
Huh? You've got to be kidding me. Do you have any idea what you've done? What the hell are you doing? You're selfish, you idiot, you.
Which one of us is the idiot? Last year you asked me to move in with them. I've been preparing for something like this. I'm glad I acted quickly. If I had asked first, I would have been yelled at. It was a great decision to notify you of the divorce after the fact.
You're telling me you've been preparing for a divorce with me for the past year?
Yes, I have. Yesterday, when you pushed me to move in with them out of the blue, I thought to myself, I knew you would force me to move in with them one of these days. I'm so glad I went through with the divorce today.
Do you really know what divorce means? You're going to have to live without me. You're not going to be able to live without me. You're incompetent. Can you make it?
Incompetent, incompetent, incompetent. You're really annoying. It will be great not to have to listen to that abuse from you anymore. I still had feelings for you before we got married, but after we got married, you became arrogant like a changed man. It was really hard on me.
It was because you're not ready to be a wife. How can you be so cocky? If you're going to apologize, now's the time.
Huh?
Go get down on your knees and apologize to me and cancel the divorce.
I don't want to apologize. Besides, the divorce papers have already been filed. You can't just cancel it. Don't be insane.
Time to get the marriage license. I know it's a hassle, but we have no choice but to get married again. You're really making me go through a lot of trouble.
Huh? Who's going to marry you?
You, of course.
No. I divorced you because I don't like you. Why would I marry you again? I'm so relieved to be divorced. You've got to be kidding me. It's not funny, it's just offensive.
So you're really going to divorce me?
I'm not going to, I already did. We're strangers as of 9 a.m. today. You're a stranger, so don't act like you're my husband.
You can't just do that. Are you sure you're okay with that? Can you live without me?
Yes, I can.
Too bad. I don't have your apartment anymore, okay?
Huh? Did you cancel the lease by any chance?
Yes, I did. I gave 1 month's notice, and today was the moving day.
You've been planning to move in with them for such a long time.
That's right.
The apartment is in my name. What happened to the paperwork?
I, the husband, went ahead and did the paperwork. A wife's papers are as good as the husband's. I'm the boss, so to speak. So it's okay for me to sign them on your behalf, right?
That's a crime, right?
Huh?
It's forgery of a private document.
Say what? You gonna threaten me with that? Don't do it. You don't have a home anymore. The only way is for you to marry me again and live with me at my parents' place.
That's not true.
Huh?
I mean, thank you for canceling the contract.
Huh?
I was going to cancel too, but you saved me the trouble. Well, that doesn't change the fact that it's a crime, but I'm glad you did it on my behalf.
You were going to cancel? Don't tell me you have a new house.
Yes, I do. I just signed a contract. It's a furnished apartment and I can move in immediately. It's a girls-only apartment, so it's very clean and pretty. There are no abusive old men like you in the neighborhood, and the next-door neighbor is a quiet office worker, so it's very comfortable.
What? Wait a minute, what do you mean?
You didn't get it from that? You don't understand. It means I have a new home. It means I'm not going back to that apartment.
Even if you have a house, what about your life?
I have a job though, right?
Huh? You were a stay-at-home wife. What's with the job?
Actually, I'm a certified caregiver.
A caregiver?
Yeah, we were married for 1.5 years, but I saw your transformation right from the start. A year ago, you approached me about moving in together with your mom. I figured one day I'd be on my own and we'd get divorced. So I took a correspondence course and got my nursing license. I thought it would be the best way to go from being a stay-at-home wife to getting a job, so.
A nursing care certification? That's great, isn't it?
Huh?
Mom says she's getting a little frail. She'll say scary things like she's starting to go senile. If you're qualified to be a caregiver, then there's nothing to be scared of. So then come back and take care of her. I forgive you for divorcing me without my permission and for making fun of me. Just get the marriage registered and go back to being a housewife in our home.
I refuse. I didn't qualify for my mother-in-law. I got certified for myself, for my independence plan.
You're too lousy to have had such a cocky plan.
Which one of us is worse? You were planning to have us move in with your mother without my knowledge. You were going to make me your housekeeper anyway.
You're my wife. The wife is the housekeeper. A housewife means wife and housekeeper, right?
You suck. I'm glad I got a job.
Huh?
There's a nursing home near my new house that's looking for qualified candidates. I called them and they said to come right away. I'm on the verge of being hired and I was just on my way to go to an interview.
Wait a minute, there's no way you can work. You're too incompetent to go work in the real world. Before going out and making trouble for people, you should just quietly come back and be a housewife.
Wow, I'm surprised that you have the concept of causing trouble for others. I'm so surprised.
Then come back.
I don't know what's wrong with you. I've told you many times that I don't want to live with you, and we're already divorced. Don't pester me anymore.
You think I'm just gonna give up? I've already promised my mom and sister. I told them that you would do all the housework so they can enjoy themselves. Think about the position you're putting me in.
I don't need to think about it. I'm not your housekeeper or your personal caregiver. I'm an unrelated stranger.
Okay. If you're gonna be like that, then there's something I can do. You're still not coming back, are you?
No, I'm not coming back, no matter what you say.
Then I'll file for compensation, so watch out.
What? Compensation? On what basis?
I've been taking care of you and making a living for you. It's a consolation prize for divorcing me without permission and betraying me.
You can't ask for compensation for that.
No, I will show you. And as for the money I've given you for living expenses up to now, I'll ask for half of it back.
Living expenses? What are you talking about?
Monthly living expenses of $1,500 times 18 months divided by 2 equals $13,500. You're going to have to pay this too, promptly and in full.
You're too stupid to talk to. Oh, I'm exhausted. It takes so much energy to talk to someone who doesn't understand. I can't believe we're talking the same language.
Go ahead and be exhausted. I'm going to call a lawyer and sue you. If you don't like it, come back.
I don't want to go back, so do what you want. You can call your lawyer or whatever you want. Bye.
I'll make sure you regret it. Just wait and see. Hey, what's going on?
What's the matter? You're getting on my nerves. We just finished talking. I'm exhausted. I don't want to be tired anymore.
That's my line. You're harassing me. It started again.
What do you mean?
A guy saying he was Merle's agent came to my house. He just gave me a notice and left. I don't understand the situation at all.
What? Already? I admire people who work fast. I'm going to have to learn from him.
I don't care about any of that. Are you suing me?
That's right.
Don't be silly. I'm suing you.
Well, you know, that bullshit about compensation and stuff, right? Like I said, you can do whatever you want. That's if you have a lawyer who's willing to deal with that joke of a case.
Huh?
My case was accepted right away. I asked for a lawyer with a good reputation. I didn't expect them to act so quickly. I guess they move faster when the case is clearly favorable to them. Wow.
I mean, what's $50,000 in compensation?
It's for the emotional pain I went through in my marriage with you.
There's no way I'm paying that kind of money. I mean, if we're talking about compensation, you pay it. You have some nerve coming to me with a claim.
Okay, fine. I don't care. I'll sue you and get you to officially pay me the fee and reimbursement.
Huh?
You canceled my apartment without my permission. I'm suing you for forgery of private documents.
You said thank you. You said you were going to cancel it anyway.
Yes, but the fact that you canceled the lease without my consent is a crime, so I'm suing you. Let the legal system will determine who's the one acting unreasonably and who has some nerve. Arguing amongst ourselves won't get us anywhere.
What a woman. Go ahead and sue me if you can. I'll probably just get a little warning anyway.
Then I'll sue for all of it.
All of it?
You moved out at 1. I checked with the movers.
What about it?
We were unrelated by 9 that day. You went into someone else's house and moved someone else's stuff out. That's trespassing.
Huh? That's not even...
And since you made such a mess when you moved out, the floor and walls of the apartment are badly damaged from furniture being dragged. I heard it's considered destruction of property.
Wait a minute. That's being too detailed.
Also, for my stuff that you took without my permission, I'll file a claim for damages. That's what happens when you steal someone else's stuff.
You're kidding. That's what's going to happen?
Even if each crime is a small one, you'd be considered a great premeditated criminal, and the punishment could be severe. I'm sure you'll pay either way, so thank you for the $50,000.
I don't even have $50,000 to begin with. You know I don't have that kind of money, right? And yet, you're stupid enough to ask me for such a large sum of money? You can't get what I don't have, so this case is over. That's what happens when you're incompetent and greedy.
I'm not sure why you're being so overbearing. Of course I have planned to collect, right?
There's no plan.
You have your parents' house.
Huh?
If you sell your parents' house, you can get the money, can't you?
You're trying to take our house away from us? What a horrible woman.
You and your family are even more horrifying, including your mother and your sister, who helped you. You're a fine criminal family. I shudder to think that I was about to be forced to live with such people.
It's because you didn't listen to me, even though you're my wife. And yet, you go ahead and do something like this? I didn't approve of a divorce in the first place.
It was you that prepared the papers so they could be filed at any time, wasn't it? I just took the liberty of filing them for you. The process went very smoothly. Thank you very much. My husband's family, who I had all the evidence on to charge them with numerous criminal acts, were immediately arrested after my lawyer and I reported the incident to the police. In order to pay reimbursement and compensation to me, my ex-mother-in-law cried to her own ex-husband and asked him to come up with $50,000 from his retirement fund he had. The condition for the payment was that my ex-father-in-law and mother-in-law remarry and live together. Therefore, my ex-husband was forced to live with his father, whom he hated so much. He has no money to leave the house, so he has no say in the matter. I think he now understands a little better how it feels to be forced to live with someone he doesn't want to live with. After the divorce, I became immersed in my work like a fish taking to water. Although there are many hardships, being a caregiver was my calling, as I felt appreciated and rewarded by the patients. Furthermore, someone at work suggested that I remarry someone they wanted to introduce to me. I plan to go on a date with him next week.
I have to thank you, Ashley, because you accepted to become a stepmother of my kid. And you show love for my kid as if he was your own son. You're really a goddess who appeared in front of me.
That's too much to call me a goddess. What are you talking about? I married you because I loved you. Besides, your son is so cute.
I'm glad you like kids. When my ex-wife died 2 years ago, I thought my life was over.
It's so sad that she had to leave her adorable 4-year-old child behind. Your ex-wife must have been so disappointed.
Yeah, I thought I had to take responsibility for Liam, for my ex-wife's sake. But I don't have my parents, so I couldn't rely on anyone. If I hadn't met you, the situation would have been really bad.
I know I'm new as a mother, but I'll take good care of your son.
You're already a good mother. Liam already calls you mom.
Since we registered, I'm a real mom from today. Tomorrow is finally our wedding day.
After that's over and we're back from our honeymoon, we can finally live together.
I'm glad we found a nice apartment on the 7th floor with a great view. Liam seems to like heights. I'm glad he wasn't scared.
Oh, about the trip. I'm sorry I have to leave early.
You're working, right? I don't mind if I come home with you.
That's okay. It's your first time in New York, right? I want you to take it easy and go sightseeing.
Really? I feel bad.
I've been there before. Don't worry about it. Actually, I've traveled there with my ex-wife.
So it's a place that holds a lot of memories for you then. Isn't it too painful?
No, it's fine. Well, she left some extra stuff behind other than memories.
What's that? Personal stuff that you can't get rid of?
Something like that. And it's not easy to get rid of. I'm in a real pickle. I'm thinking of throwing it in the river. Oh, but is it a crime to throw something in the river?
It would be like illegal dumping, although I don't know what you're going to dump. You can't do that.
I'm just kidding.
So now that we're registered, there's something I want to tell you.
What?
Shall we have kids too?
Huh?
Of course. I will never disrespect Liam. I'll love him just the same.
Do you understand what you're saying?
What? Yes, I've thought about it a lot. I think it's not too late for us to raise another child. I don't think it's too late at all.
It's not a question of early or late. What would you do if we had a girl?
I think it's cute whether it's a boy or a girl. I mean, you suddenly sound a little scary. What's wrong? Are you mad at me?
I don't think girls are cute. Don't say you want kids so easily.
James, what's wrong?
I'm saying, what are we going to do if a scumbag girl is born?
Something's wrong.
Women should go away. Women should go away. Women should get the hell out of my life.
What's wrong? You're scaring me.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Are you surprised?
Yeah, you scared me. Suddenly you're a different person.
We just got registered, so I think it's too early to think about kids.
You're right. Sorry.
I want you to think about Liam first. If you can't do that...
What?
I might hit you. Oh, that's another joke.
I guess it's not funny. I'm getting ready for the trip now, so I'll see you later. Is this guy really James? My name is Ashley. James and I got registered today, and James has a 6-year-old son. I met my husband through a friend of mine, and we hit it off and had a great relationship in no time. James must be busy with work and raising his child, but he is a very kind man who never forgets to care for me. That's what I thought until just a few minutes ago. What was that change in his attitude just now? Even if he was joking, he was not the kind of person who would make such a bad joke. Tomorrow is our wedding day, and we're planning our honeymoon. I'm getting a cold sweat. From the text messages my mother sent me during the trip, the sense of discomfort that I felt earlier began to reveal itself little by little. The truth of my husband was... It's crazy to lock up your kid and go on a honeymoon. Mom, what are you talking about? I just went to your new place. Did you finish setting up my computer? I'm not tech savvy, so I'm glad you're familiar with it. This is not the time for that. What? Liam was left at home. What is James thinking? There's no way that's possible. And you even removed the lock from the front door so that it can't be opened from the inside. Unbelievable. The lock is removable for security. I wonder if James removed it. Why are you so careless about this? You're disgusting. If you hated your stepchild so much, you shouldn't have married him. I don't know why you've been accusing me since a while ago. And you even hit the remote control for the air conditioner? The temperature in the room got as high as 39 degrees Celsius and your daughter is in critical condition. They said the critical point is tonight. Daughter? My stepchild is a boy. Huh? Besides, of course Liam is with us. He's enjoying the trip with us. Liam is a boy? Stop saying scary things, okay? Mom, it's so hot outside. Maybe you hallucinated or something. Be careful of heat stroke, okay? Are you sure Liam is a boy? That's what I told you. Well, but she's a girl. Her hair was short, but she was wearing a skirt.
Who is this girl?
Liam.
Mom, you need to rehydrate. Get some rest.
Wait, I'm feeling perfectly fine. I've only met Liam once, but there was a girl lying on the floor who looked like her.
What's that? Now it's a horror show?
I'm not lying, and she was so skinny.
Liam is medium built. You saw him at the wedding, didn't you?
Yes, but I thought maybe you haven't fed her since then. Then who is this girl? Why is there a girl in your apartment that you don't know? And she looks just like Liam.
I don't understand. Is the girl alright? You said the critical point is tonight.
She's fine. I exaggerated to make you understand the gravity of the situation. She's conscious now.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, I was wondering, did you look at James's family history when you got registered?
I didn't. Come to think of it, I think he kind of hid it from me. But I didn't really care at that time.
Do you think maybe?
No way.
Can you check when you come back from the honeymoon?
No.
What?
That's too late. I'm leaving tonight while James is sleeping. I've got a terrible feeling in my heart. I have to find out right away. This is no time for a carefree honeymoon.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you.
Come on, give me a reply. Where the hell are you? I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Took me a while to get my mind straight. Finally, I woke up this morning and you and Liam were gone, so I was really worried. Where are you now? Maybe you went for a walk and got lost? Still, you should at least call me. We're not in New York anymore. What? We're back home. What? Without me? Yeah. You had me worried. What's wrong? I finally found out who you really are. You've been deceiving me this whole time. What are you talking about? Liam is a twin, isn't he? What? Don't tell me you went to our new apartment. I did, and I saw a girl who looked just like Liam. I can explain. What? That's my brother's kid, who came over to play without permission. She's really not well raised. That happened a lot, at my old place too. I'm sure my brother told the kid about my new place. You don't have any siblings, do you? No one came to the wedding. That's because he's a terrible brother. I didn't want to introduce him to you, so I pretended I didn't have a brother. Really? I'll take the kid back to my brother. I'll have to give him a stern talking to. So this is not like what you think. Well, what is it that I think it is, for example? That girl's name is Lily, right? What? She said her name? Liam and Lily. Their names sound like twins. It's just a coincidence. We're brothers, so my brother and I have similar sensibilities, and we ended up naming our children with similar names. Oh, just kidding, just kidding. What? I know all about you because I did some research. Without my permission? It's an invasion of privacy. Well, we are registered, so I do have the right, you know. So you're saying you know everything? Yeah. Why did you hide Lily's existence until now? Because she's a girl. Yeah, and? That's all. Huh? Because women are the trash of society. She's not mine. When I heard we were having twins, I was so happy because I thought I was having 2 boys. But Lily let me down. What are you talking about? She's your own precious child. Boy or girl, they're adorable. It's a waste of money to raise a woman who has to depend on a man to survive. Weak, stupid, so ugly that they have to wear makeup. What's that? I'm a woman too, and so is your mother, who gave birth to you. Mom was a slave to my father and I. I plan to make you a slave as well. That's what marriage contracts are for, right? Who thinks like that nowadays? James, you were so kind to me. That was just a bait. It's funny how easy it is to get a woman to fall for you if you're nice to her. You were tricked into marrying me. You know, women are so easy to deal with because they're so stupid. You're a bastard to look down on women that much. Besides, my son is the only one who can carry on my will. I'll make sure he gets a thorough education and becomes the president of a big company that earns a lot of money. But that doesn't mean you have to mistreat your own daughter. Lily's life was in danger. That was the whole point. I didn't think you would find out. How did you know?
My mom found her in our apartment.
Huh? You gave her the key?
Yeah, I wanted her to set up my computer. I'm not good with machines, but Mom knows about these stuff.
Oh, really? Women are such assholes. They act so stupidly. If you're going to let people in our apartment, you should ask permission from your husband.
Good thing I didn't tell you beforehand. If I had told you, you never would have given me permission. If Mom hadn't come, who knows what would have happened to Lily?
Nothing would have happened. I was planning to come home first, and if she was alive, I was going to throw her in the river. That way, it would have never happened in the first place, right?
That's terrible. Wait, you were talking about the stuff your ex-wife left behind that you couldn't get rid of. Were you talking about Lily?
That's right. Was it illegal dumping? Well, if they don't find the body, I won't get caught, right? The river near our neighborhood is close to the ocean, so I figured I could go for it.
It's not illegal dumping. It's murder.
So what? It's the difference between doing it after she's born and doing it before she's born.
What do you mean?
When my ex-wife got pregnant and I found out she had a girl in her belly, I was in total despair. And the worst part was, we were having twins.
Having twins is such a nice thing.
It's not. I wanted to punch her in the stomach, but I couldn't do it because I was afraid it might kill the boy.
Well, if it wasn't twins,
I would have beaten her till the baby was gone.
I didn't want to hear that.
I was going to get rid of the girl right after she was born, but that woman got in the way.
Of course she would protect her precious daughter.
If you're going to get rid of her, hit me instead. That's what she said, so I gave her what she wanted.
Oh my goodness, you got rid of her.
That's not true. She was getting crazier and crazier. And at the end, I didn't do anything, but she just collapsed. Oh, I really chose the wrong woman.
Even if the violence wasn't the direct cause, it was unquestionably your fault that she died. Your ex-wife and Lily are your family. How could you do such a thing? You criminal?
Liam is the only family I have. That woman should have taken Lily to heaven with her, but she left her behind.
You jerk! And how did Lily survive until now? She was so skinny, so I can imagine she wasn't given proper meals.
For the time being, I kept her as a housekeeper for Liam and I, but I was going to get rid of her because I didn't need her anymore if I was going to marry you.
Why did you bring her all the way to our new apartment?
I cancelled the lease on the old apartment, so I had no choice but to throw her in the new one. Lucky for me, I could remove the lock so that the kid couldn't get out.
I didn't make the door with a removable lock for that kind of thing.
For security, right? It's a waste of money when you don't have burglars very often. It's more useful to lock the garbage in.
Garbage? Lily is a living person. Why are you talking like that?
It's the job of the producer, the parents, to remove bad things that they had made. I'm just fulfilling my duty. It's much more irresponsible to give birth to garbage and leave it there. A woman is worthless.
Even if you are the parent, you have no right to take your child's life.
Says the woman who's never been a parent.
I am Liam's parent.
You're just a stepmother.
But I love him.
That's disgusting. Well, never mind. You're going to be a slave to me and Liam from now on anyway.
I'm not going to be a slave to a crazy scumbag.
Huh?
I'm divorcing you.
We just got married the other day. There's no way you can do that.
I don't care how long we were married. I can't live with such a flawed human being.
Did you just call me a flawed human being?
Yes, I did. And not just any flawed human being. You're the worst kind of criminal, with all of your screws loose.
You scum! I'll beat you up in a second.
You can't do that, because you'll get caught.
Huh? Why?
Because what you did was an act of neglect.
I've raised Liam with great care.
It's not enough to just raise one of your kids. It's your duty to raise both of the twins.
You're kidding. I'm going to get caught because of that little scum? I haven't even thrown the garbage in the river yet. You're the one who got in my way. Why would I get caught?
Parents are human beings, and if you have more than one child, I'm sure your love for them can be skewed sometimes. But you did something you should never have done.
Raising a piece of filth like that is what I shouldn't have done for the world.
If you're this crazy, you're screwed. Also, I'm going to report you for assaulting your ex-wife, so be a grown man and just get caught.
No, Liam will miss me.
I'll get custody of Liam. I'll never let you see him again.
You've got to be kidding me. He's my son.
I have adopted him, and there's a great chance I can get custody of him. Besides, Liam himself says he wants to come with me.
That's a lie. There's no way he'd want to stay with you, who isn't even related to him.
Even in front of Liam, you did terrible things to your ex-wife and Lily, didn't you? Poor Liam. He's been traumatized.
I just showed him what a man should be like.
You also threatened him that if he told anyone about Lily, you would treat him the same way you treated Lily. Because of that, he couldn't tell me about Lily, and he lived in fear. Of course, he doesn't want to be with someone like that any longer.
No way. Give me back my Liam.
I won't let you have him.
Stop it. Who'll take over my will when Liam's gone? My reason for living is to raise him to be a great president.
You've lost both Liam and Lily, and you're going to live in total darkness. Goodbye. Reflect on your life behind bars.
No!
James was charged with criminal charges against parents involving the abuse or neglect of a child. The text messages between him and I became one of the evidence, and he was found guilty of violence against his ex-wife and sentenced to 5 years in prison. He didn't want to leave Liam, and for a long period of time, he had been complaining that he didn't want to get divorced. But the divorce suit was finally granted. I was able to get custody of Liam as well. James did not want Lily, which was no surprise, so I adopted Lily as well, and she became my child. When I first met her, who was skinny and looked very frightened, I promised myself that I would protect both Lily and Liam for the rest of my life. This incident became news, and everyone around James knew about it. As a result, James will have to live alone for the rest of his life. I became a mother of 2 at once. I will raise my 2 beloved children happily in cooperation with my mother.
Sis, thank you again for today. I know you're busy with work, but you went out of your way to make time for me. Oh, come on, Ellen. Don't be so formal. My sister and her boyfriend are coming over to say hello. So it is not the time to work. I didn't think you'd go that far. I'm surprised. What? Why? You never seemed that interested in me. If anything, you were annoyed by me. It's true that we didn't seem like friendly sisters. Or rather, we weren't close. I guess so, right? But when it comes to marriage, it's a different story. As a sister, I have to congratulate you. Thank you. By the way, I'm surprised you got such a handsome husband. Heath, right? I don't know why he fell in love with you. Your face is so plain. Heath says he likes my face. That's just flattery. You don't get married on flattery. He's a well-rounded guy who graduated from Harvard University and works for a great company. He's way out of your league. You need to get out there and find a good man yourself, sis. You're right. I'll do that then. By the way, you guys are going on your honeymoon, right? Yes, we are. We're leaving right after the wedding and reception. Okay. Where to? Australia. Wow, so you're traveling abroad? Have fun! Thank you. Well, I'd better get started on dinner. Okay, I'm looking forward to your wedding. Ellen, I'll be waiting for you outside the hotel. What? Sis? What do you mean waiting for me? What do you mean? It's the honeymoon. It's my first trip abroad. I'm looking forward to it. What? Wait a minute. Are you planning to go with us? That's normal, isn't it? Where's the normalcy in that? It's normal for a honeymoon to be just the newlyweds, right? What? Isn't that wrong? Is what wrong? I mean, Heath. He's a high-class guy. Not sharing him would just be wrong. You just don't go and share someone's husband. Oh, Ellen, you're so stingy. We have a lot going on. Even my parents aren't invited. But it's not fair. Just the same, it's not possible. What? See you later. That's really unfair. If you don't even want your own sister around him, he must be so great of a catch that you have to hide him from me. That's really unfair. It's just not fair that you get to have all the fun. If you want to play that way, then I have a few things up my sleeve too. Ellen, where are you? What, sis? I actually have all the information about your honeymoon. You must have been caught off guard because I haven't contacted you once since I lost you in front of the hotel. I'm in Australia now. Huh? So tell me, are you freaking out right now? Why? Because I hijacked your honeymoon. I got your husband. What? Heath is too good looking for you. I decided to just steal him away from you, so I went after him. You're a stalker now? Hey, you haven't heard from your husband since last night, have you? Huh? Why? Because he's been with me since last night. Excuse me? Your husband's missing because he was sleeping with me. I don't know what you're talking about. At first, I had no intention of taking him away from you. But once I actually saw Heath, I felt a sense of destiny. And from that moment, I couldn't stop loving him. It seems it was the same for him too. And at the hotel where he was staying, we sealed the deal. So I'm sorry, I took your husband away from you. He's marrying me, so just hurry up and get a divorce. Huh? Okay. I'm not going to get into any tacky jokes, so don't worry. Huh? If it's my husband you're talking about, he's sitting right next to me. Huh? Well, I'm going sightseeing with my husband now. If you want to get married, go ahead and do it. Bye. Oh no! I know you're destroyed because you lost your husband, but can't you make up a better lie than that? A honeymoon alone is just so empty. I mean, we just got our marriage certificate. When you and Heath get divorced, I'm going to submit it to the city hall immediately. I was surprised too that it turned out to be such a short-lived marriage. I felt love for him, and now we've made love for one night. I can't help it now. I'm taking your share of the happiness too, so please, forgive me. Ellen, I heard you and Heath got a divorce immediately. Thanks to you, we got married. Thank God, I have a sister who loves me. He says he likes me more than an ugly girl like you. We're going to be happy. You will regret for the rest of your life that you dug your own grave by choosing a handsome man who is not good enough for you. Low income, low educated men are the best for you. You can't even reply because you're frustrated, can you? You really are miserable. Ellen, I'm going to return him. I don't care if I have to pay compensation. Let me get the divorce. Hey, answer me. Ellen! What? What all of a sudden? I was introduced to Heath's mother and we got married. What's with that mother? She suddenly made me live with her, and she's been nothing but a wife bully. She told me that since I was married, I should be a housewife, and she made me quit my job. She told me not to leave the house except to go shopping, and she's always watching me. Heath's father pretends not to see anything, and when I ask him for help, he brushes me off, saying that it's a wife's duty to obey her mother-in-law. No matter how handsome my husband is, I don't like my in-laws like this. That's unfortunate, isn't it? But why are you talking about giving my husband back to me? It's obvious now, isn't it? Heath was originally your husband. I'll give you your husband back, and he can divorce me. You've got the wrong guy. What? That can't be true. The name is the same, and it's the same face. You've always had bad eyesight. You don't like wearing glasses because they look tacky, and you say you don't want to waste money on contacts. I think you're living in a blurry world. If that's the case, then what? Even if I had bad eyesight, he identified himself as Heath, Ellen's husband. He introduced himself as a highly educated, handsome guy that works for a major corporation. A highly educated, handsome guy that works for a major corporation? He said that himself, Heath? Yes, he did. And his parents called him Heath too. There's no mistake about it. Ah, I kind of understand the situation now. Listen, I want you to calm down and listen to me. What? That Heath is my husband's cousin. Cousin? You married Heath's cousin with the same name when you had the intention of taking away my husband from me. Huh? What do you mean? Cousin Heath is close in age to my husband, and they happen to have the same name. He was compared to him from an early age and felt inferior to him. My husband graduated from a good university, got a job at a big company, got married. It seemed as though he was jealous of his smooth progression of life. He was a high school graduate, working part-time, and never had a girlfriend. What? But he says he's a handsome guy working for a big company. That's a self-proclaimed fact, isn't it? Do you have any proof? No, but... In general, a truly high-spec man would not call himself a high-spec man. My husband is a very elite man, but he's also very kind and gentle. Many of his colleagues are like that too. And I know this is off topic, but my cousin Heath hated my husband for that reason. So he decided to steal my husband's fiancée, me, and marry me as soon as he could. It looks like he even followed us on our honeymoon. I beg your pardon? That sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's amazing that you would do the exact same thing. I think you two are perfect for each other. Huh? I ended up not seeing my cousin Heath even once in Australia. Oh, come on, I get it now. I guess he lost interest in us after his dramatic encounter with you. So, he introduced himself as Heath, Ellen's husband. Are you saying that was a lie? Obviously, it was a lie. I was with my husband all the time. I don't even remember marrying my cousin Heath. Why are you lying like that? I don't understand. You were taken advantage of. You thought my cousin Heath was my husband and came on to him. He thought it would be better if he married you, while you thought he was my husband Heath. From our cousin Heath's point of view, he would have been happy with anyone, as long as he could get married quickly, wouldn't he? What? What are you saying? I don't know what you mean. It's okay if you don't. I don't know what I'm talking about either. But I understand that I married someone I don't understand. Ellen, help me. Why? Heath liked you to begin with, right? If that's the case, I'll give him to you, and you can trade me for your real handsome, high-class husband. I don't need a high school graduate part-timer. I don't like him, so that's impossible. I don't care if you do, so help me. Say what you want, but my husband has no relationship with that family. Huh? Why? You experienced that yourself. With parents and a son like that, it's natural to want to cut them off, isn't it? What's that? I'm the only one getting the raw end of the deal. Where's my handsome husband? Your husband is a high school graduate that comes with a wife-bullying mother. Birds of a feather get married and live together. And I'm going to cut you out too. Huh? Why? It's obvious, isn't it? Even though it ended in an attempt, you tried to steal my husband away from me. You followed us on our honeymoon without permission. You're insane. Our parents said they're cutting you off from them too. No way! Then what am I supposed to do? I don't know. If you had any brains at all, you would have known that he was lying. Pity your stupid self. Hey, please, help me. I won't do it again. I'll never think of taking away your husband again. So please, give me one more chance. Since you don't seem to understand, I'll teach you a lesson, sis. There are moments in life where you only have one shot. Sometimes, once you lose trust, you never get it back. You know, you have always found me annoying. I was a fool to think for even a moment that we might have made peace with each other as we grew up and got married. Don't say that! We've only got us, 2 sisters. You're the one who tried to steal my husband, aren't you? You brought this on yourself. I'm still on my honeymoon. Could you leave me alone? Bye, sis. Get along with your husband. After that, she tried her best to escape from her parents-in-law's house. But her husband and mother-in-law found her, and she failed to escape. Of course, she could not get a divorce. She seems to be enjoying her life as a housewife like a half-slave, while enduring the bullying and monitoring. On the other hand, my husband and I moved into a new house after returning from our honeymoon. We are enjoying our happy newlywed life. My husband's salary is quite good, but I like my job too. I would like to continue working until we have children. Hey Lauren, it's been a while. How've you been? Still leading that dull life dedicated solely to work? Hey Rachel, long time. You hit me up suddenly and it's straight to sarcasm, huh? It wasn't sarcasm. Just stating the facts. Well, I'm still enjoying work and doing well. Are you still unemployed? Hey, don't call me that. I'm busy helping Mom with housework, thank you very much. Helping Mom? I've never seen you do any housework. Stop nitpicking. But hey, I've moved on from that. Oh yeah? I'm getting married. Wow, congratulations. Wanna know who the lucky guy is? Not knowing isn't an option, right? Geez, you're still not cute. Huh. Though deep down, you're probably super curious. Whatever. Who's the lucky guy? He's a director at a big company. Dad set us up. He's 3 years older, excels at work, and might even become a VP soon. And of course, he's earning a lot. Now I can be a proud housewife, living an elegant life forever. To be honest, I was worried about being close to 40 and not finding someone. But not compromising was the best decision. I invested in myself with beauty treatments and cooking classes, and it paid off. You mean having Dad foot the bills, right? I know you've been pampered by Mom and Dad all your life, but I can't believe he even set you up for a marriage. You're way too dependent. Shut up! I'm lucky to have parents who care, unlike you. It's not every day you bump into a high-ranking director at a famous company, you know. Gotta use every advantage I've got. Poor you, still single at 35? Excuse me? You were single until 37, so you can't talk. But you'll most likely stay single even after 37. So, I won. I'm not competing with you. While I'm living the high life, you will remain single, leading a miserable, poor life forever. I'm working hard and not exactly broke or anything. Let's face it, we know how much a woman can make by working. It's pretty evident that eventually, things might get tight financially. Not really, you know. There are plenty of women out there leading companies and doing well nowadays. Anyway, did you text me just to share your marriage news? Oh yeah, I almost forgot the important part. I want to invite you to my wedding. Wedding? When is it? The first Sunday of June. He's got a big network, so it might be a huge guest list. We're planning to book a big venue. Top-tier catering, a super luxurious wedding dress, and going all out. Well, I guess you'll be forever out of the wedding scene, so I'll let you admire my beautiful dress. Oh, I won't be able to make it on that day. What? Why not? Because I've got my own wedding planned for the same day. I never imagined it would overlap. Are you going to a friend's wedding? You better cancel that. That's not an option for me. I'm too far into the preparations. You're heartless. Choosing a friend over your big sister? You might have many friends, but there's only one sister in the world, you know. No, it's not my friend. It's my wedding. Huh? Your wedding? Don't mess around with jokes like that. I know you're jealous of me, but don't lie. No lie, no joke. I mean, someone like me who's gorgeous might find a partner even at 35. But there's no way that you, whose only passion is work, suddenly finds someone now. That's just your assumption. I've been with my soon-to-be husband for years. Well, if you don't believe me, that's fine. The point is that our wedding dates overlap, so I won't be able to make it to yours. I'm sorry. I honestly didn't plan on inviting you, but I felt bad for always leaving you out. And now, you're making up a ridiculous lie to decline it. Seriously ungrateful? Fine, whatever. Having a miserable single woman like you at the wedding would dampen the mood anyway. Even if you change your mind, I won't let you in. Lauren, what's going on? Sorry, Rachel. Couldn't pick up the phone. I'm in the middle of getting ready, so it's chaotic right now. Why are you at my wedding? Huh? You said you weren't coming. That's not what we agreed on. Wait, I'm not at your wedding. Liar! I saw you in the hallway earlier. It was definitely you. What's crazy is that you were wearing a white dress. It's so rude to wear white when you're not the bride. Crashing a wedding without an invite and trying to outshine the bride? What are you thinking? Wait, so you saw me, which means you're having your reception at the same venue. What do you mean? Is your friend having it here too? No, it's mine. Yours? Yeah, like I said before, I'm getting married today too. I'm the bride, so wearing a white dress is obvious. But I never thought we'd end up at the same venue without any planning. It's a weird coincidence, isn't it? I get it now. You're planning to steal my husband, aren't you? Excuse me? Wearing a beautiful dress like a bride, trying to seduce him, huh? You thief? Geez, that's not it. If you come to my side, you'll see I'm having a wedding reception as well. Oh, so you're still going to lie, huh? I won't forgive anyone trying to ruin my happiness, even if it's my sister. Remember that. Ha! That's karma for you. Your dress is all torn up. Serves you right. Unbelievable. Why did you go to such lengths? It's your fault, isn't it? Trying to steal the show at my wedding? So, I cut your white dress into bits with scissors. Just because you're jealous, you tried to wear something like a wedding dress. You brought it on yourself. Your life is over. What are you talking about? That wasn't just a white dress. It was a wedding dress. Yeah, right. A real wedding dress? Uh-huh. I rented it from a bridal shop. No way. So then, it wasn't your friend's wedding today, but it was yours? Uh-huh. Like I've been saying all along, I'm supposed to have my wedding at the same venue as you. I kept telling you, but you never believed me. But Mom and Dad are at my wedding. You can't have yours today. A wedding without parents is unheard of. I never intended to invite them. What do you mean? They've always been indifferent towards me. Even when I got my first real job, they didn't say a word of congratulations. When I told them about my marriage, it ended with an, okay. I knew they wouldn't come even if I invited them, so I decided to have no family members. Wait! It's not acceptable for the bride's parents not to attend the wedding. Well, it might be unusual, I guess, but my partner and his parents understood my situation. He knows about my family issues from the start. Well, a wedding without family sounds pitiful. I bet there aren't many guests. More like a funeral than a wedding, huh? Not at all. Even though my parents aren't here, lots of my colleagues and friends are. I actually feel blessed. I thought I'd be the first to get married. I'm disappointed you did too on the same day. It was insane, you know. When you suddenly came chasing me with scissors, shredding my dress. Do you realize what you've done? You've done something really serious. As if I care. It's your fault. Having a reception at the same venue as mine, it's so confusing. It was just a pure coincidence. I had no idea. But cutting up the dress was mad. I mean, it was a rented dress, you know. Ugh, you're irritating. I didn't think it was a wedding dress. It's not my fault. Either way, your dress is torn up, so I guess your reception will be canceled, huh? Well, I'm off to have my lavish one in a lovely wedding dress with my darling. Enjoy wiping your tears of frustration with those dress scraps. Bye. How long are you going to ignore me? Lauren, answer me! What's up, Rachel? I've been calling you so many times. Why don't you pick up the phone? Sorry, I've been so busy I didn't get a chance to check my phone. Just took a break and saw a bunch of missed calls. So, what's the matter? It's a huge mess. My wedding got canceled because of you. Me? I thought you were having a lavish reception. I couldn't have one. It was suddenly called off. But why? My husband caught me in the act. You mean... Yeah, when I shredded your dress. I thought we were alone, but turns out he saw it. After that, when I returned to the hall, he told me the wedding was canceled. Oh, I see. It was really sudden, so we had to apologize to the guests, return gifts, and even apologize to the venue staff. It was chaos. It's all your fault. No way. That's not on me. You caused the trouble. So, is your husband still with you? No, he got mad and left ahead of me. He said he was going to talk to his parents at home and just left me here. Oh, that's tough. Your reception got canceled too, right? I mean, your dress was all torn up. I went ahead with my plan. How? I explained what happened to the bridal shop, and they let me borrow another dress. It was even more gorgeous than the one I had rented originally. My husband even complimented how beautiful I looked in it. You've got to be kidding me! I was worried about what would happen when you shredded my dress. But with everyone's blessing, it turned out to be an amazing night. This is so not fair! Huh? Here I am going through such a hard time with my canceled wedding, but you got to have yours. On top of that, you get to wear a better dress than the one you originally had. That's so unfair! It's all because of you, Rachel. If they hadn't been able to arrange a new dress, it would have been called off. God damn it! I wish I had chopped your hair off too. What craziness are you talking about? Anyway, I'm off to the after party now, so later. What have you done, Lauren? What now? He asked me for an annulment of marriage. He said he couldn't be married to a psychopath who'd shred her sister's dress. His parents even demanded we split up. Well, that's no surprise. It's all your fault. Not at all. I have to split the cancellation fees for the reception. Plus, your bridal shop's asking me to pay for the dress. Yeah, that's only fair, right? What? Why am I the only one treated like a wrongdoer? What else could you be? I'm the victim here. Because of you, not only did the wedding get canceled, but our marriage itself is done. I can't believe this. Just a little while ago, I was on cloud 9. Now I'm in the dumps. You know, it's a little late for regrets now. You should have known this would happen. I just wanted to teach a lesson to an audacious little sister who was trying to ruin my wedding. Annulment of marriage for shredding a dress seems a bit over the top. That kind of thinking is the problem. If anything, thanks to what you did, your husband realized your true colors. I don't know what to do. I'm being asked to pay nearly $100,000. I don't have a job. I can't afford that kind of money. You'll just cry to Dad, won't you? He and Mom always spoil you. They'll probably front that $100,000, won't they? Turns out, even they have had enough of me. Oh, wow. They said I disgraced the family, despite their efforts in introducing me to a respectable man. They're furious. They even told me not to step foot in their house anymore. Oh my God, they're surprisingly strict. My husband is from one of Dad's business partners. So now, it might cause trouble for the company. If his business suffers any losses, he wants me to take responsibility. Blaming you for the company's loss sounds a bit too much. But that's how mad he is, I guess. Hey, can you lend me some money? Huh? I'll work hard and pay you back. Why should I lend you money? I can't rely on mom and dad anymore. And ever since the wedding got canceled, relatives and friends have been cold to me. You're my only hope. No way, I can't. Why not? We're family, right? You say that now. You've always excluded me with mom and dad since we were kids. Only when you're in trouble do you turn to me. I apologize for the past. Let's patch things up from now on, okay? Anyway, I plan to claim compensation from you too. What the heck? Of course. I'm not the one to lend you money. I'm going to receive money from you. Wait, why do I have to pay you compensation? Because you chased me with scissors in your hand and shredded my dress, remember? But you weren't injured. It's absurd to demand compensation when there isn't even a scratch. Even so, attacking me and slashing at the dress is a serious offense. I could press charges, but since we're family, I'm trying to settle out of court without involving the authority. What do you think? Do you want to get the police involved? Oh no, please, not the police. But demanding money when I'm already struggling? That's too harsh, don't you think? You have a job, so you're financially comfortable, right? It makes no difference whatever situation you're in. I'm quitting my job, by the way. Oh, really? I plan to be a housewife from now on. A housewife? Why? You've always been so dedicated to your job. My husband is a CEO. Oh my God! He's the CEO of the company I work for. I thought it might be awkward for colleagues to still have me working there. Also, I've been focused on work all this time. I thought it would be nice to change. I'm planning to take good care of my busy husband as a wife. You're the wife of the CEO and a housewife? This is unacceptable. You're getting everything I want. You must have gotten married just to harass me. Absolutely not. Well, it might be tough for you from now on, but best of luck. I have to prepare for my honeymoon now. Bye. Wait! Help me, Lauren! Please, pick up the phone! After being kicked out of the house, Rachel started a live-in job. She had to take out loans to pay for the cancellation fees, the dress, and the compensation she owed me. Most of her paycheck is going toward repaying these debts. She lacks experience in the workforce, so she's worn out, getting scolded by her boss every day. Though she wants to quickly find someone, get married, and become a housewife, working from morning till night leaves no room for dating or finding a partner. It seems likely that she'll remain single for the rest of her life. Our parents are lamenting her failed marriage. They constantly fight, blaming each other for her becoming a fruitcake. It's the result of them spoiling her all this time. They're reaping what they sowed. On the other hand, after becoming a housewife, I'm leading a happy newlywed life in the home that was newly built at the same time as my marriage. Recently, I found out I'm expecting a baby. My husband and I are eagerly awaiting the arrival of our newest family member, nurturing our love amidst tranquil surroundings.
I told you to stop bothering me, didn't I? What's your intention in lurking in front of my house like this? My intention? There's something I really need to tell you, sis. but push me away like that. I can't even get into the house. I couldn't tell a single thing I wanted to say. Your cute little sister went out of her to visit you, and this is how you treat me? My cute little sister? That's right. I'm cuter than you, both in looks and personality. I'm a super cute sister. Shut up. I've decided that I no longer have a little sister. Since graduating high school and moving out, I've cut ties with you. That's really harsh. I'm gonna cry, sis. So annoying. If it's an irrelevant story, don't contact me. Oh well. I don't get hurt at all by what my sad, ugly, and loser big sister says. Not at all. You're really acting like a loser. This is why I cut off ties with you. As usual, all you can do is look down on people. Isn't it your fault? Don't you understand that you're already losing to me in everything? Even your fiancé, Max. What? What I wanted to tell my big sister is this. I'm pregnant with his child. I'm sorry, sis. I know you are engaged to him. What? My poor sister. I know you're so shocked. I wish I could see your face right now. Since when? That's a good question. The day after you got engaged to him, I asked him out. I think we're destined for each other. I got pregnant right away. Then he said he chose me over my sad, ugly, boring sister. No way. So, does that mean Max has been cheating all this time? Even though we talked about the married life and the wedding, we were so excited about it. Yeah, I heard that you were so excited by yourself. Talking about your future home, how many kids you want, and sharing dreams with Max. I burst into laughter when I heard that, sis. Max's child is in me after all. You don't have to give birth anymore. Don't be ridiculous. You're always like that. You've always taken things from me. When I was little, you took my toys, my snacks, my allowance. When I was in high school, you took my boyfriend. I moved out of my parents' house to get rid of you and my parents who are always on your side. Well, too bad. Your ugly, worthless sister are destined to give everything to your pretty little sister. I mean, how did you know everything? Like my address and my engagement, I tried not to let anyone know about my life so that no one would ruin my life again. Max and I had a fateful encounter. I noticed right away that Max's fiancée was my sister. Max is well-educated, well-paid, tall, and handsome. He's too good for you. I can't believe you. Losers will always be losers. I mean, even if you whine about it now, you're doomed to have your engagement broken off. Max chose me. You're the one who got dumped by your fiancé, so shut up, okay, sis? Okay, whatever. Max is yours. Oh, you're giving up already? I'm not interested in cheating man anymore. Actually, I had second thoughts about this marriage. You may have saved my life. Gosh, stop pretending! Call it what you want. I'll give you one piece of advice. Watch out for his family. Oh wow, that loser is whining. Whining again and again. Max's father is an elite guy from the same big company as him. And his mom is beautiful and elegant, isn't she? Did you meet them in person? He showed me a picture of them. But you can tell they are nice people at first glance. I mean, there are no people with bad personalities in rich families. People like you, who are poor both in heart and wallet, may not understand it. Look who's talking. You're 29 years old and still depending on your parents. I'll be permanently employed as Max's wife soon. I'm gonna be a rich, beautiful, and elegant mama. Oh yeah? Do whatever you want. Then don't contact me anymore. Fine. Sis, help! I seriously need your help! My life is in danger! I'm going to your house now! Shelter me! Hey, why aren't you answering? You're reading this, right? Answer me! What? I told you not to contact me anymore, right? As for Max, I've already broken off the engagement, so feel free to do whatever, even get married. Don't mess around! You deceived me, right? What are you talking about? Don't play innocent with me! Max's family is insane! Ah, you finally noticed? That's why I gave you a warning. It's not my fault you didn't listen. You are saying something like an elite father and an elegant mother, right? It was all lie! If you meet them in person, the father is a patriarchal and verbally abusive man, and he has a bad drinking habit. Moreover, he works for a knockoff company with a name similar to a major corporation. The mother is strict about etiquette, and she loves to bully me. Yesterday, I had to stand with a book on my head for 5 hours getting lectured on proper bridal etiquette. If I let my posture falter for even a moment, I would be punished by having the standing time extended. I'm pregnant, you know? This kind of bullying is unacceptable. Max and you are destined for each other, right? If that's the case, why not accept the abusive family too? That's impossible! His mother's surveillance is strict, and there's not much opportunity to run away. So, I've been aiming for the timing to escape. Tonight, she's going to a neighborhood gathering. Tonight is the only chance. I'm going to your house, so shelter me. Huh? Why? By the way, you haven't registered your marriage yet, right? Are you already living with your in-laws? I'm pregnant, and getting registered is a certainty. His mother insisted that I learn the ways of their house before officially becoming a wife. I've been living with Max's parents for a week now. That must be tough. I shudder to think of it. Max is so busy with work that he doesn't come home often. And his father gets drunk and violent every day, and his mother is a bully. It's a hellish life. Is Max busy with work? Yes. That's strange. Isn't it supposed to be a slow season at Max's office? After hours, all the lights go out. It's like no one's around. What? Sis, how do you know that? Didn't I tell you? My office is right next to where Max works. It's an office district, so that in itself is pretty common. We used to saw each other frequently at the lunch place we often go to. Actually, that's how our relationship started. What? That's the same as me. What? I met Max at a cafe near my parents' house. He told me how cute I was, and he seemed educated and rich. More importantly, I found out that his fiancée was you. So I asked him out. Oh, I see. What? I guess that's Max's usual strategy. Ironically, we both got caught that way. What? What do you mean? After I broke off the engagement, I was really pissed off. I hired a PI to investigate Max's background to see if there was any evidence that I could get alimony or something. And it just kept coming out one after another. It seems he had a 5-way affair. 5? No way! He broke up with some of them after he got engaged to me. But you and one other girl were still there. I guess that's the one that Max lied to you about being busy with work and was supposed to meet with. What? I believe she was a colleague of Max's. He's just lying that he was busy with work. He must really care about her to leave you pregnant and go on a date with her, right? That can't be true! That's an absolute lie! Sis, you're trying to lie about it just because you're frustrated that Max was taken away from you. I'm so surprised too. It's really a good thing I broke up with that man. I can't believe it! It's all your fault that things turned out like this! If you hadn't gone out with Max, I wouldn't have gone out with him or tried to get pregnant in a hurry. Say what you want. Even if you blame me, it won't change the fact. I thought he was the only one who grew up decent in a family with a harassing father and a bullying mother. There was a time when I was mistaken too. Max pretended to be a decent man until we got engaged. But that family is just like him. They are a family of monsters. Oh no! What am I supposed to do? I'm pregnant with his child! I guess being pregnant isn't enough to turn Max around, huh? I'm trying my best to be a good wife, enduring the harassment and bullying, you know. I'm pregnant, but I have to stand for a long time and I have to repeat the cleaning many times. I get yelled at and scolded. I'm at my limit. Why don't you run away to your parents' house? Mom and Dad love you so much, they'll keep you safe, right? I can't go to my parents' house. I got kicked out of my parents' house. Really? That's surprising. They have always loved you very much. They've been supporting you since I left home, even though you've been laid off. And now, all of a sudden, they disowned you? Well, I didn't know about that. Mom and Dad decided to kick me out of the house when I turned 30. They said I should stand on my own and not depend on them forever. Isn't that awful? That sounds like a perfectly reasonable thing to say. They were a bit on the same side, weren't they? So, I'm evacuating myself to your house tonight, okay? You'll help your cute little sister, won't you? You know where I live? Of course, I know where you live. I went to see you the other day. I moved out of there. What? I knew that if you and Max knew where I lived, I'd be in deep trouble. I moved after I broke up with Max. Then give me your address. Please, tonight is my only chance to escape. I don't want to. Why not? I'm glad what happened to Max turned out the way it did. But even without that, all you've ever thought about is stealing my thing from me. And looking down on people and making fun of them. I can't believe you're my sister and I'm not going to help you. Don't say that! Then give me the proof of the affair that the PI researched. Why? If I have proof of an affair, I can break off my engagement, right? No way! I will not give it to you. Now that you have a child, why don't you get married? I'm sure Max's stealing habit will calm down after the baby is born. Do you think a 5-timing guy can calm down? Anyway, I want to get out of this house. If I live in this place, I'll lose my mind. I'll give up my baby and start my life over. Do whatever you want. I'm not gonna help you. You're on your own. Oh, wait! What? I was packing to run away tonight. I think she might have seen me. No way! I knew it! She said she's not going out tonight. Of course she'd notice if you're packing. What an idiot. I have a lot of important things like clothes and jewelry. You know, there's something really wrong with this family. What now? I told her about Max's affair. She said a wife must forgive her husband's affairs with an open heart. That's terrible. Is it really your place to say such a thing? Max was my fiancé to begin with, but you stole him away from me. Well, considering you ended up together after cheating, I guess you have to forgive him for something like that. No way! I didn't take him away from you for this to happen. I took a well-educated, well-paid, good-looking man. I thought I was going to have an elegant and luxurious life. I don't know about the luxury life. What do you mean? I'm gonna anonymously leak the photo evidence of the affair when I go to Max's company. What? I told you earlier that Max's cheating partner is a coworker, didn't I? If it's known that he was juggling 5 relationships, including his fiancée, the woman he impregnated, and even a colleague, I wonder if they would kick him out of the company. Even if they don't fire him, I'm sure I could make it difficult for him to stay there. Why would you do that? Hey sis, think about it. Both of us were victims of Max's 5-way affair, right? Why are you being so cold to me? How can you call us the same victim? You flirted with him on purpose to steal him from me. At that point, you're not a victim. But that's terrible! If I don't do something about it, I'll end up in Max's parents' house where I'll be harassed and bullied by his parents. I'm gonna break down from the stress. You deserve it. Oh no! I even have a baby in my belly! Don't worry. Even if Max becomes unemployed, his in-laws will still be there. I told you I don't want that! Give me back my life! If you don't want to be dependent on your in-laws, why don't you work after the baby is born? My parents kicked you out because they wanted you to be independent, right? Oh no! Well, good luck, sister. Soon after that, I anonymously leaked the photo evidence of the affair to Max's company. It seems Max's affair partner went crazy and it turned into a chaotic situation, but Max brazenly told his affair partner that he had a pregnant fiancée and asked to break up. Amy wanted to break up with Max, but Max told her that he only loved Amy, who was pregnant. He resigned from the company, which had become difficult for him to stay, and devoted himself to taking care of the pregnant Amy, or rather, monitoring her. The other day, Amy gave birth to a healthy baby boy. After the child was born, Amy found it increasingly challenging to leave her in-laws' home. Her father-in-law harassed her and her mother-in-law bullied her. Furthermore, Max, possibly getting along well with his next affair partner, has stopped coming back home. Hello, Linda. Thank you for your help at our wedding last week. Oh, Patricia? You're alive? You disappeared for about a week, so I thought you went to the other side. Actually, I almost died. It seems like God didn't abandon me, though. It was a once-in-a-lifetime grand stage, but it turned out like that. Really terrible. Excuse me? We were the ones who had a tough time. The wedding was cancelled after you collapsed. It was really tough time for us. That's right. A bride collapsing from acute alcohol intoxication at her wedding. Even the wedding staff said it was unprecedented. The staff at the wedding hall too. My son and all the guests. You caused trouble for everyone and ruined the ceremony. You should reflect on your actions. I apologize to everyone for causing trouble, but it was you who made me drink a lot of alcohol, right? Oh my God! Are you saying it's my fault? How rude! You were intolerant to alcohol, so isn't it your fault for forcing yourself to drink? I don't know if you were in high spirits at the wedding, but you should know your limits. I know that I can't tolerate alcohol, so I decided to have a non-alcoholic beer for the first toast. I made sure to arrange to get me non-alcoholic drinks after the toast. I persistently reminded the staff at the venue. But on the day of the wedding, my beer was replaced by a regular beer with alcohol. Huh? Is that so? Did the wedding staff make a mistake? I don't think so. You know something, don't you? Are you trying to say that I switched the beers? You were excessively trying to make me drink beer at that time, weren't you? It's a wedding, so drink more. I don't know if you'll need to be rushed to the hospital, though. Didn't you say that? By the time I realized something was wrong, my consciousness had already become clouded. I couldn't figure out the truth at that time. Now that I think about it, it's all too suspicious. I didn't know from the start that you can't tolerate alcohol at all. I had no idea that the alcohol in your glass had been switched. I just offered you the alcohol that was on your seat. What's so suspicious about me? Then, why did you say you wouldn't know if I were rushed to the hospital? There was no reason for me to be rushed to the hospital. I've only heard stories of brides fainting from overwhelming happiness at weddings. A daughter from a poor family like yours, whose parents are a low-class office worker, to marry Louis, the son of a very prestigious and elite family. It must be such an overwhelmingly joyful honor that you'd faint with happiness. I see. By the way, how is Louis doing? I was in the hospital for a week and he hasn't come to see me even once. Maybe he's busy dealing with relatives and the ceremony. Oh, my son's fine. He's resting at home right now. He's been busy cleaning up the mess that you made. I'm gonna make his favorite food today, and we are going to have a party. A party? It's an end of engagement party for you and Louis. End of engagement? What are you talking about? What do you mean by end of engagement party? Well, I mean exactly what I said. A woman who collapsed at the wedding and caused so much trouble and then suspects her mother-in-law of being the culprit. You are not worthy to be the wife of my family. Wait a minute. It's true that we were planning to submit the marriage registration after the ceremony, so we weren't officially married yet. Breaking off the engagement over something like this is outrageous, right? In the first place, there's no way Louis would agree to it. Of course Louis agrees with me. From the very beginning, I was against my son marrying a poor woman like you. He insisted, so I reluctantly accepted it. I'm glad he came to his senses after seeing what a jerk you've been this time. I know you have been against our marriage for a long time, but Louis told me that he doesn't care about my family background or your opinion. He even said he prepared to sever ties with his family to be with me. There's no way that Louis would agree to break off our engagement. Are you doing something behind it? You switched my beer to make Louis and I break up, didn't you? Do you have any proof that I did it? I have no proof. You really are a rude woman to suspect someone without any proof. Now I feel more and more to not let you marry my son. We can put the marriage on hold for now. I just got out of the hospital, so I'm going to look into things now. I'll contact Louis and ask him directly. Do whatever you want, but don't get your hopes up. Louis dumped you, okay? Accept the reality now. Louis, I'm finally out of the hospital. I'd like to ask you something. Now what? Shut up, you low-minded person who can't even properly hold a wedding. We are having family time with Mom and Dad right now. Low-minded? You weren't someone who would say such things. What did your mother tell you? You're the one who told me all that stuff. You lied to me a lot. You're truly the worst kind of woman. I never lied to you about anything. What are you talking about? Shut up. Stop pretending to be innocent like that. Collapsing at the wedding is quite a creative idea, isn't it? Did you think everyone would pay attention to you and feel sorry about you? What are you really saying? I'm sorry for collapsing, being hospitalized, and causing trouble for everyone. I'm grateful that you explained things to everyone. Shut up! I knew what my mom said was true. What? From the beginning, all you ever cared about was my family's fortune. You fell ill at the wedding, and you were going to show off your infirmity and live without working after marriage, right? You thought you could beg money from my parents and live off them, huh? I knew it. People from poor families think dirty. What are you talking about? I never thought like that. It's true that your father is an executive of a big company and my father is just an office worker. There's a difference in family background, but I don't care about that. You said you would make me happy for the rest of my life. And we talked about becoming independent from your family after marriage and building our home together with both of us working, right? I was a fool then. I fell hook, line, and sinker for your acting. I even doubted Mom, who saw through the truth and warned me. I almost married you without believing her. I'm glad you did something stupid at the wedding. Explaining to relatives and the venue was tough, but I'm glad I don't have to marry you. What? Do you really believe in what your mother said? You were with me when I was discussing the idea of making all the drinks non-alcoholic because I can't tolerate alcohol, right? Despite that, my beer was switched to alcoholic without my knowledge. Don't you think something is strange? I don't think so. You switched it out yourself, didn't you? Even during the ceremony, I was right next to you the whole time. And even before that, I was so busy getting dressed and stuff, I didn't have time to switch. Besides, you saw your mother trying to force me to drink beer, didn't you? What? Are you trying to tell me that my mother switched the beer? I think there's a high possibility of that. You've got to be kidding me. Mom was always worried about you even after you collapsed. At first, she was against the marriage because of your family background. But right before the wedding, she gave her blessing and said she was looking forward to it. Really? That's news to me. I thought she had been against our marriage from the beginning until now. She's been pushing me to call off the engagement for a while now. She said you agreed with that too. You're saying it's all my mom's fault when you intentionally drink alcohol? I can't believe you. It's only natural to break off the engagement with such a wicked woman. Mom was willing to welcome you as a daughter-in-law, and you betrayed her. I see. I get it now. We are not on the same page at all, and there's no point in explaining to you any further. I'm done. I tried to love you regardless of your family background. I'm disappointed that you betrayed me like this. I'm disappointed too. Oh yeah? Disappointed because you won't get Dad and Mom's money. Someone poor and low-minded like you should stay poor for life. I'm sure you won't find anyone else once I dumped you. At best, you'll live on the bottom with your poor family. I didn't think you were such scum. It's a good thing we never got married. Well, goodbye. Don't ever show your face again. Of course, that's my intention. If you show up, someone scarier than me will go. Huh? Hey, what do you mean? Hey, Patricia! Linda? You know, you are not my mother-in-law anymore. What on earth do you have to call me for? Explain what's going on. There are about 10 scary-looking guys in front of my house. They're all shouting my name at the door. Oh, I see. That sounds scary. Don't play dumb. You did this, right? They are saying something about the wedding. It wasn't me. Well, I can't say I have no idea. What? Don't hold it back. Tell me quickly. Even if I told you, there's nothing you can do about it. Apologizing won't help. Many people are even angrier than I am about the wedding. I'm sure those guys got together for their own good. So, you know who they are? Probably they are brothers of my mother. Huh? Brothers? There are too many of them. I don't believe you. Well, I mean they're not real brothers. Those people are my mother's old friends. Your mother? I thought she was a housewife. How can she be friends with people like them? She's a housewife now, but when she was young, she was a famous gang member. After starting a family with my dad, she left the gang, but she still has numerous brothers. When she says one word, about 10 of them fly in instantly. Then they were sent by your mother, weren't they? Tell them to go home now. Oh no, that's impossible. Why not? Tell your mother to stop this. I mean, you're the one who told your mom to do this. My mother is doing all this voluntarily. She has a principle that her daughter should not be involved in such rough stuff. Rough stuff? What are they gonna do to me? They've been kicking and slamming my front door. They're really violent. My mother was furious when she heard I was forced to drink beer at the wedding. She investigated various things using connections with people at the wedding. It turns out that someone had switched out my beer. They caught her on the security camera in the kitchen of the wedding hall. This person was almost sending me to the afterlife, and my mother wanted to make her pay for her actions. I heard she was seriously furious. I felt sorry for the suspect because she was about to get roughed up. I knew it was you, Linda. It wasn't me. Hurry up and make them leave. And you didn't just swap the non-alcoholic for regular beer. Come to think of it, no matter how weak I am with alcohol, one beer is not fatal for me. It's just too strange. Linda, you mixed vodka in my beer, didn't you? I am not a regular drinker, so I didn't notice the strange taste right away. A stranger entered the kitchen, which is only open to staff, and put some foreign substances in the drink they were serving. This is a serious matter for the venue. Moreover, after I collapsed, you told all my relatives about the incident. After that, relatives who like to gossip similar to you seem to have leaked it to the media. The venue, which wanted to settle things quietly, had no choice but to make an official announcement. Everyone holds a grudge against you. What? No way! Why me? It's not my fault. The proof is already up. You planned this to prevent Louis and me from getting married, didn't you? Not only you switched the drinks, but you also lied to Louis. I'm sure you must have been very happy that it worked out so well. But every bad thing has to come out sooner or later. You're the one who's at fault. Despite being from a lower-class family, you dared to pursue marriage with your dear son. Your lack of understanding of social status is the problem. You seem to be very proud of your social status, but if you become a criminal, it will affect your husband's work, right? I'm not a criminal. I collapsed from acute alcohol intoxication due to the alcohol you concocted. I was on the verge of life and death. This is a serious attempt murder. All right, I apologize for putting you in the hospital. Do you want alimony? Then I'll pay you whatever you want. So get them away from me. I'm desperately barricading myself in right now. The door is about to break down. You're the one who will be hospitalized. Nobody can stop my angry mother. You'd better not resist in vain. If things get out of hand, she might end up laying hands on your husband and Louis, you know. Oh no! Oh, the barricade! It's breaking! Patricia, it was Mom who was lying. Everything was set up by Mom to stop our marriage. I'm sorry I doubted you. Hey, let's start over. Let's register our marriage now, okay? Marry the son of a criminal? Don't make me laugh. I'm sure you contacted me in a panic after Linda was taken away. I don't have any feelings for you anymore. Don't say that. We promised to cut ties with my family if things got tough and build our own family, right? My dad's in some kind of trouble with some people at work, and it seems really, really bad. I think I should get out of the house and be with you while I still can. So, please do me a favor. The only person you hold a grudge against is my mom, right? You still love me, right? Right? Are you serious? You never once came to visit me while I was in the hospital, and even after I got out of the hospital, you didn't trust me. And you said a lot of things about me and my family, like we are poor, low class, and so on. That's because my mother lied to me. Even so, I wouldn't want to be with someone who can abuse others with such foul language. At that point, all my feelings for you are gone. I'm really glad I didn't marry you. Oh no! So, goodbye. Oh, and when Linda comes back, please tell her that I'll charge her as much as I want for alimony. Linda was given a harsh lesson by the man my mom sent, and she came home regretting all the things she had done. After that, based on the evidence my mother found, I filed charges against Linda for attempted murder. Naturally, I also demanded alimony. It seems Linda intended to rely on her husband's money to pay compensation. But because of the incident, she was forced to divorce her husband and she was unable to pay. So, one of my mother's brother introduced Linda to a job. And now she's working live-in jobs, paying off the compensation. Even after that, Luis persistently tried to reconcile with me, but after my mother's brother went to greet him, he never contacted us again.
Toby, I have something important to tell you. Please call me after work. Toby, are you still working? I've decided to go back to my parents' house for a while. I need to talk to you, so call me after work. Please, okay?
Hey Hannah, I heard something. Is it true that you only have 3 months to live?
What? Wait a minute. How did you know?
Your sister told me. I wondered what happened when you suddenly went back to your parents. To get a prognosis like that, it's an unbelievable story.
I'm sorry. I'm also shaken, and I don't know what to do. I didn't think I could handle it on my own, so I went back to my parents' house.
What? You should have told me, your husband first, right? Why didn't you tell me?
I've called you several times. You haven't been home lately, saying you've been busy with work. I can't discuss this kind of thing over text. I asked you to call me and you never did. You haven't contacted me for a week. Are you really that busy?
My work? Oh, come to think of it, was that the story?
What? What do you mean?
You still haven't realized? You're so clueless. It's really funny.
You better explain yourself. If you weren't working, what were you doing? You told me you've been staying at the office for the past 2 weeks. Was that a lie?
Yeah, I lied. For the past 2 weeks, I've been at my girlfriend's place. I've been coming home from work at regular hours every day.
You were cheating on me?
It's not like that. It's more like you are the side chick in this situation. She's beautiful and has a longer lifespan than you. Unlike you, who's about to go to the afterlife, she's willing to be with me for life. I'm going to be with Holly.
Oh my God. Holly? Is that the name of the person you're cheating with? It's the same name as my sister's.
That's right.
Wait a minute. You said my sister told you about my condition, right?
Oh, now your brain is working.
Your affair partner. Could it be?
Yes, it's your sister Holly.
No way.
It's true. Holly came to see me to tell me about your life expectancy. That's when we hit it off and ended up going out. I've thought this since I went to your parents' house, but she's truly beautiful, unlike you. I can't believe she's your sister.
We are indeed blood-related sisters. Holly takes after our mother, and I take after our father.
Damn, you got the wrong genes, huh?
Don't say things like that. I admire my father too, and I'm glad I look like him.
Oh, really? Good for you. If you're content being an ugly person, your remaining life might be a little bit enjoyable. But you know what? I'm not like you. I'm not an aspiring skank like you. I'd rather be with a beautiful, healthy woman than an ugly woman with 3 months to live.
I didn't know Holly went to see you. She comforted me when I was told that I didn't have long to live. I thought she was a good sister. But behind my back, she was with you and making fun of me?
That's right.
How awful.
So what?
Are you prepared for the consequences? I won't forgive you or Holly. I'll divorce you and demand alimony.
Even with just 3 months left, you're still acting tough? But I'm all for divorce, so let's get divorced right now. I'm marrying your sister because I don't need you anymore.
I don't care if you cry and regret it later. I won't forgive you even if you apologize. Hello, sister. I heard you are leaving the house. Are you out of your mind? Did you get desperate after Toby left you and you only have 3 months to live? You who depended on Toby as a housewife? Can you live on your own now? I couldn't stay with someone having an affair with my husband for a second longer. Saying that, how are you going to manage real-life situations? Wait, do you have another man too? Of course not. Don't compare me to scumbags like you. I see. A guy with no taste who would cheat on someone like you? There's no way someone like that exists. Shut up. Is that why you contacted me? I'm already divorced from Toby, and I don't want anything to do with you guys ever again. If all you can say is nonsense, will you stop it already? You're so harsh. I'd like to see a little more of your frustrated reaction, you know. Oh well, I have an interesting story to tell you. What? I got your luxury wristwatch. A luxury watch? What do you mean? Well, you were expecting a wedding anniversary next month, right? Even though you're just a housewife, you told Toby that you wanted a luxury watch, right? I'm sorry, I ended up getting it. How about that? Feeling bitter, aren't you? Not really. My God, you are so boring. Are you too shocked to even find words? It's not like that. I'm busy meeting with my lawyers, so I won't respond anymore. Are you serious? What are you going to talk to the lawyer about? You're about to head to the afterlife soon, sister. It would be better to spend your time on more meaningful things. Sis, I just got home and there's nobody here. My mom and dad are gone. From now on, we've decided to live with Hannah, so we are not going back to this house anymore. They left a note saying that. Wow, they left a note for you? That's sweet. What do you mean? Just as it sounds. If you read the letter properly, you'd understand, right? Or have you lost the ability to read? Don't be ridiculous. Of course I can read the letters. I'm asking you, what's going on? You're the only one who left the house. Why would Dad and Mom follow you? They said they were worried about me, given my limited time and the need for medical treatment in a distant place. They wanted to stay close to me. Treatment? What are you treating with just 3 months to live? That's a waste of money and time. They abandoned me, their beautiful daughter, for you, an ugly woman? Are they dumb? They say they don't have a daughter who would steal her sister's husband. Why not? Since you exposed your affair with my husband and I decided to divorce, I talked to Dad and Mom about it. They both scolded you seriously and asked you to reflect on it, even suggesting that you should not get married. Without even listening to them, you insist that it's my fault for being ugly, or that the one being taken is at fault. You went on with baseless arguments, not making any sense, and didn't break up with Toby, right? Well, of course. Am I saying something wrong here? Toby would be happier with me as his wife, who is pretty and healthy, than you who is ugly and has a short life expectancy. They don't want a daughter who can only think like that. Dad and Mom are fed up with you. What the hell? Everyone is treating me like a villain. If that's what they want, I don't care. I have Toby. I don't want a heartless parent who would abandon their daughter. Do whatever you want with a family home. Sell it or live in it. That's the last mercy your parents will show you. I'll sell the family home and live together with Toby. I heard that you're planning to demand alimony from Toby and me. You're trying to separate me from my parents and cripple me over alimony, aren't you? You know, it's so obvious how shallow an ugly person can be. I never thought of it like that. The alimony was my decision, and my parents decided to move out. Well, too bad. Toby is rich enough to support me as a housewife and buy me expensive watches. A little bit of alimony won't shake our marriage. Are you sure about marrying him? What? After the divorce, I got curious and did some research. And then, revealed a lot of shocking things. What do you mean? Tell me more. It's not confirmed information yet, so I won't say it now. Once the facts are clear, I'll inform you by mail. Look forward to that time.
Hey Hannah, I just got some weird letters in the mail. What's this?
Isn't this proof of content regarding alimony? I sent it a few days ago, so it should have arrived by now.
Why are there photos like this? Holly opened it and I'm in big trouble.
Well, I needed evidence of the affair, right? Proof that you were having an affair with someone other than Holly.
Where did you get these pictures? When did you take this? I thought you would never find out.
Your story has been full of contradictions from the start. You said you had relations with Holly after I was told I didn't have long to live. Even before that, you never came home, saying you were busy with work. And Holly gave some good information too.
What did she say?
Holly said that you were planning to give me a watch that I wanted. But I've never said I wanted a watch. I'm home all the time and I don't wear a watch. I thought maybe she was confusing me with someone else. So I got curious and hired a PI to check it out.
What the hell?
The watch was for your other fling, wasn't it? To a woman named Kate, who works for your business partner, right?
Damn, you know her name too? You don't have much life left in you anyway. You're such a pain in the ass.
Not much life left? That's your life expectancy.
Huh?
I had a PI look into it and found out a surprising fact. Kate's father is a member of a famous mob.
What? Mob?
I sent photos of your affair with Holly and a letter detailing our divorce to you and Kate's house at the same time. I'm sure she's looking at it right now.
What did you say?
If Kate's father finds out, I'm sure you'll be taken care of. Of all things, having an affair with the daughter of a mob? Your luck is something.
What have you done to me? I have to run away now.
You can't just run away. The mob is known to be extremely tenacious. So do I. Until I get compensation from you and Holly, I will pursue you even if it means death. Sis, help me! Toby suddenly wanted to move out. He's getting ready to run away in the night. Seems like he's scared of the mob. He's got the guts to do a three-way, but he's so pathetic. Is that true? I thought I stole Toby from you. He told me he only loved me, who was prettier than you. I can't believe he was lying to me. It's too much. Hello, look who's talking. You saw the photos too, didn't you? Even after seeing such decisive evidence, you still can't believe it? Okay, I've decided I'll not marry Toby. Oh, really? You took him from me and now you're dumping him? Because there's a scary mob guy after him, right? If we stay together, I might be in danger too. I can't bear this situation. Toby wants me to run away with him, but I refuse. You are living with Mom and Dad now, right? I'm going there too, so please help me. Huh? Why? Because the mob is after us. It was Toby who had an affair with the mob's daughter, and it wasn't my fault. Your precious family member is in danger, so help me. We don't have room for a woman who steals her sister's husband in our family. Don't worry. I don't think the mob would hurt a woman like you. Since his daughter works in a regular company, they should have some understanding of the situation. If you aren't married to him yet, legally, you are still a stranger. If you explain it properly, I'm sure they'll understand. I don't think so. Sis, I'm scared. Well, good luck. Hey, think about it, Hannah. Right now, you need money for medical treatment, right? You used to be a housewife, and our parents are retired. There's no way you can afford to live while paying for the treatment, right? You've moved out and spent all your money. From now on, I'll support you all. I have some money from the sale of parents' house, and I have some extra money now. Let me support you as a family and get through this together. I was working, you know. What? But you were home every day, right? I'm a freelance designer. I work from home, so I was home all the time. You always looked down on me, thinking I was just a housewife. What? Just so you know, when we were married, we split rent and living expenses evenly. In terms of income, I made more than he did. You thought Toby was supporting me, but the truth is quite different. I'm still working, albeit at a slower pace, while I'm going through treatment. I have enough money saved up and my insurance is paid off, so I'm not in any financial trouble. Oh no! If you want to run away, you are on your own. But you and Toby will have to pay alimony no matter where you run off to. You're going to take alimony from me too? You said you didn't have any financial problems. Do you know what alimony means? It doesn't matter if you need money or not. I will never forgive you and Toby. Even if I get sick and die, I'll chase you to the ends of hell. That's terrible. Hannah, don't say that. Aren't we sisters? Don't abandon me. Hannah, please? That night, Toby decided to run away. Holly seems to have tried to escape alone, but Toby found her and forced her to go with him. For a few days after that, they hid themselves in a shabby motel in a country town, but the mob members found them. Toby was not killed, but he learned a hard lesson from them. Holly, who saw it right in front of her eyes, was so shocked that she blacked out. And of course, they were charged with alimony, and they got fired for being absent from work for several days without permission. Toby ended up in manual labor, and Holly was led into the nightlife industry. Later, I received an apology from Kate and her father, saying that they were sorry for having bad relations with Toby, even though he had a wife. They said they would pay me alimony and I refused, but when they learned about my illness and my life expectancy, they offered to cover travel and surgery expenses for better treatment abroad. The surgery was a success, and my progress was good. Even after surpassing the initial 3-month life expectancy, I'm still alive. While my husband's affair was quite a mess, thanks to that, I was saved by the people I met. Cherishing this connection, I want to continue valuing life in the future.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.